All right, so we're back with another training video. This week was a little bit different than most weeks. I kind of like half did my programming and then kind of half didn't. So, but we're starting out with some Braemar. These were hot garbage. I right now I'm trying to change a bunch of stuff with the Braemar. I'm trying to like figure it out. Like I talked about last week. None of it's clicking. I have no sense or feel for how the Braemar is supposed to go. Like these stand throws here, or these non-reverse throws. These aren't supposed to be non-reverse. I was supposed to be reversing them. I was just trying to add so many little pieces to the puzzle that none of it was connecting like it should have. Not a big deal. It gets a little bit better later in the week on my second stones practice. But then we jump into the open stone. These were pretty good, very consistent. I wasn't blowing out super far to the left like I tend to do. Even though my trig is smaller, it's about 6 inches shorter than it normally should be. I still like to stay within the lines of whatever my trig actually is. But these are good. I think my best was 47, which is like PR distance or whatever. But most of the other ones were past 45. So 45 to 47 is where they're all kind of landing, and can't argue with that. Very good all day long. I enjoy it. Here we go in the heavyweight. With the heavyweight, especially this practice, it's been getting better, right? I had a competition, my last one in McKinney, Texas. I was kind of just lost in the heavyweight. I was running too fast, or I was sprinting too fast. I was releasing really flat. But we're working on all the little problems that kind of popped up there. And one of those things, like I talked about in the last video, is just kind of keeping that weight a little bit more forward. I'm able to sprint a little bit faster doing it. And this was probably, overall, it's probably one of my best heavyweight practices I've ever had. Nothing was under 34 feet, which I want to be much further than that, but sometimes especially in heavyweight practice, you'll kind of botch a couple, and you kind of just you'll fall or slip on one of them, and then they're just going to go short. I think pretty much all of these, maybe except the last one, were exceptional. I think I actually had a practice PR this day, which is good to know that we're getting there. And the practice PR probably around it's 47 or 37 feet and some change. In practice, I don't mark down the inches very much, but I did get at least 2 of them at 37 feet, which I'm really excited about because in practice that's right on for me. All right, then we go into the gym. This is a speed block. We haven't had a speed block in a while. It's been a couple months. Just kind of recap on what I do for a speed block. It's going to be a lot of sets, low reps at a lighter weight. And that's all based on percentages. So this week, it's going to be 70%. And the goal is to do as many sets as I can at 70%. And for the first week, I will generally build up to that. And I'll only get like 5 sets at that max percentage. But the goal is just to be fast as I can. If the bar starts slowing down, I start feeling like I'm having to really work too hard to get speed, I'll drop weight. I'll take it down to like 5-10 pounds just so I can feel poppy again. So now into the field again. Like I said earlier, these Braemar tosses are a little bit better than earlier in the week. Still not great. Not super excited about it, but they might be getting better. I don't know. I think I'm trying to be a little bit more aggressive with it and not so technical. Just manhandle a little bit more, I think, and that's going to pay off. But again, these non-reverse ones I'm doing are not supposed to be non-reverse. It's just kind of happening. So that's not good. I have no control over my body when it comes to stones. Then here on the open stone, I did a bunch of non-reverse throws before this. Trying to keep my feet grounded. Keep my feet grounded through the push. And I think that kind of like screwed me up, like technique wise. I'm blowing out to the left a little bit because I don't know, I'm just trying to dial in all these little things. But these all went decently far. I think I had one at like 48, and the rest were at like 45 to 46, somewhere in there. But not bad, not great. I want to be consistent and not blow out the left super hard, to stay in my zone, right? Stay in the trig. And now on to the lightweight. These were great. Lightweight has been going up for me. Not like crazy big. It's not. I don't think I'm doing anything different enough to make big jumps, but we're averaging past 72 in practice, so that's good. That's why my pink flag way out there, they can barely see, is 72, and most, if not all, are either at or beyond 72. And for me in practice, that's pretty good, and that we're trending further than what I've been marking. So, I mean, the lightweight should be going further and doing better, because that's what that's what I'm putting the most like thought and effort into right now. That and some hammer work. That's really what I'm putting a lot of my attention towards. So it should be getting better, right? And now onto the heavy hammer. Heavy hammer was really weird this day because I got a new jar of tacky and it's been hot and humid. So getting like the right amount of tacky at the right time has been kind of like tough to dial in, because sometimes it's too much and I'm having to squeeze, and sometimes it's too little where it's coming off pretty early. So my best one today of this day was 108 and some change, like 108.2, right? Which is a lifetime PR for me. I've never gone 108 in the heavy. So I'm very excited about that. The tacky on that throw was dialed in. It's weird if I do, if I throw one toss with kind of like mediocre like stick, the next one without reapplying tacky, the next one is going to be perfect. Yeah, and I think that one there was the good one. But they can't all be great, but I did have a pretty decent practice on this day, so I'm excited about that. Now the sheaf practice, back with a 20-pound bag. It's going to be the 20-pound bag from here on out. That's the way to go. And the first couple, get it dialed in, getting up off the couch and then going out front and throwing sheaf it takes a little warming up too. But these were all pretty good. I felt smooth and fluid and consistent. Again, like the issues I've had like last year and even at the beginning of this season of kind of losing it off early, I've worked out that kink, and some of that I had to do by dialing back my intensity a little bit and just trying to make a good toss. But it is what it is. So, okay, now here we got some push press, my nemesis, the push press. But this is a speed week, so speed block, so it shouldn't beat me up too bad. The one thing about changing up your program like this, like I went from like strength blocks back to back to a speed block, and strength blocks I was not sore during those, right? Because that's what I've kind of been used to. Maybe the first week of the first training block, I would be a little bit sore, but coming into this one with all this volume, all this reps, I was beat up all week long. I felt exhausted and tired, and I didn't want to do any of this, but you still got to get out there and put the work in, right? Here we go on a Saturday morning practice. I came out way earlier than I normally do, because I had a pool party to go to later in the evening, and so got to get the work in before that. I had a couple good ones, a couple wonky ones. The first three on these were really bad because I was doing nothing right. I was just kind of like going through the motions. My sprint on this day was really big. I kept landing on top of the trig, which isn't bad because when I'm sprinting that big, that kind of means to me that I'm moving fast through it, and I just got to catch that left foot a little bit quicker, and we'll get there. But for a Saturday morning practice, I can't argue with these numbers. They're all pretty average, like what I've been doing. One at like 74, the rest at like 70. So that's pretty good. And the main thing that I was screwing up on like the first couple, I wasn't watching that right hand, keeping that right hand in the position that I want. And that's, kind of palms out, thumbs up, and and I wasn't like stretching my arm out like I wanted to. You want to keep that arm long, and you don't want that shoulder retracted into you as you're spinning. You want to keep it, because like the longer you are, the faster you're going to move and the further it's going to fly. And then now we got the one light hammer practice I got this week. It didn't go particularly well. If you look on the video, you see like a tree branch like right above me in frame. When I was throwing, that's all I saw, and it was actually a lot closer to me than the camera's kind of showing it. So that's all I was thinking about, was like, oh, I'm just going to smoke this little branch right here, and that's going to screw my throw up. I was nowhere near like going to hit it, but that's all I was thinking about. And so like that kind of threw me out of it. And I wasn't doing anything like technically correct that I was supposed to, right? I wasn't favoring my right side like I wanted. NFL. But like it wasn't a great light hand practice. I think 124 was the best I did, and the rest were like 118 to 120. So it's not a great hammer practice, but and I was crunched for time. I was like, I got to get out of here at a certain time, so I just kept watching the clock. Then we got the last lifting session of the week, and this was kind of like a weird lifting week. It was like a 9-10 day training week. I had other stuff going on in the weather and stuff like that, getting in where I can. But the cleans, I decided to go from like a hang clean instead of pulling from blocks, which I really liked. It felt really good. I had a lot of fun doing it. The snatches were a different story. Towards the end of the snatches, things got pretty heavy. I wasn't able to put it overhead, so I had to start doing like snatch pulls. And then I finished out the training session with some hang high pulls with 315. They didn't go as high as they need to. Like you need to get them like as high as like your nipples, but I was getting them like belly button height. Did those for like 3 sets. Wasn't ideal, but I was still moving weight. But that's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, throw far. God bless.